everyone, it's La Quinta from Curvy Kitty Cosplay. I hope you guys are having fun. So everyone has been talking about the newest social media craze, TikTok. And if you're here, you've probably done some or all of the following. 1, seen a few online. 2, download the app ironically. 3, watch more videos. 4, become addicted. 5, try to make some yourself. 6, get lost. And 7, end up at my panel. And with that being said, welcome to my panel. What the hell's a TikTok 101. In this panel, we'll cover the basic navigations of the app and making your own TikTok. If you have any questions, comments, or tips, put them down below. Let's get started.
All right, guys, so we're going to start the generic usage of the app. Obviously, this is the app TikTok. We're going to click it to open it. When you open it, it brings you to the For You page. This is where most of the time when you open it up, it will be on. Now, at the bottom, you will see the navigation bar. From left to right, it goes Home, Discover, Plus Size, Inbox, and then Me. On the first one, Home, you're going to see that this is the For You page. This is, as I said, where it opens up to. And as you scroll through, this is going to be the algorithm of things that you typically like, whether it's hashtags or content or certain creators. You know how algorithms work. It's pretty similar to that. Now, at the top, you'll see it does say For You. On the left, it says Following. If you click that, these are all the people you follow. At the top, it will tell you if there's anyone live. You can click those to watch their live streams. And as you scroll through, these will be the character or the creators that you like. And obviously, he's live. I follow him, so he popped up on it. And, oh, you guys should recognize her. So this is what helps your algorithm. This is what's going to help feed your For You page. Mine is full of cosplayers, strippers, tattoo artists, international people, a lot of doctors, just kind of a weird algorithm. Don't judge me. So down at the bottom, we're going to click over to the next button, which is Discover. Now, this is where you're going to find hashtags. You should know how hashtags work. They're the same on Instagram, Facebook, anywhere else that uses hashtags to try to put keywords. This is what you can look for. You also can do a search bar here at the top. So as you can see, you can search for songs, you can search for certain people. Fireforge Cosplay is a cosplay group that I follow, so that's how I found him. Songs I was looking for, like this one. This was a fun one to do. So different sounds, different songs, different hashtags, you can find them. To the left of the search bar, you will see that little line there. You click that and it scans QR codes. So this is if you want to scan someone's TikTok code, or of course there are QR codes that will bring you straight to TikTok pages, and this is how you do it. Now, we are going to skip over the plus sign for now. We'll go back to that later, but we are going to go on to the fourth button at the bottom of the bar, which is the inbox. So this is what's going to tell you everything that's kind of gone on your app. Obviously, I had a notification. Mine's set up that if someone that I follow goes live, it gives me a notification. Now at the top, you will see it says All Activity. This will show you every activity you have on your inbox. You can organize it if you click that button. You can do likes. Now this is anything that has liked your comment, like it says at the top. Or there is this one down here where you can see some friends liked my video. So whether they liked your video, liked your comment, anything like that, that tells you what it is. You could also do comments. So anyone that has commented on your page or replied to your comment, as you can see, that is what will be here. Mentions, again, pretty obvious. Anyone that has mentioned you in a comment or mentioned you in a video. And then followers. This is where everyone has followed you. So if they started following you, or suggestions to follow. Now you can see that there's two different boxes, red and white. Red is people that have followed you that you have not followed back. White are those that have followed you that you have followed back. They have become friends. Now, the good part about being friends with someone is that you can actually set your videos that you record to be only visible to friends. Obviously, it's a smaller group than just anyone who can see it. But that way, if you're just testing something out or want something a little bit more private, you can do that. There are a lot of people that have their direct messages set up that only friends can message them. And then if you go from TikTok, it also tells you anything that they've updated or any type of lives or anything like that, they can let you know. And then all the way up to the top to the right, you will see that little button that's pretty synonymous with messages. You click that and you will see that there are messages in here. Now, typically, when you become friends with someone, you will see that there are, they will say hi to your friends. This is how they make that connection and everything like that. You can always send a message to people that you are friends with. Now, the last one that we are going to do is the Me page. So you click that to the right, and this is your Me page. All right, so this is the Me page. So we're going to go from top to bottom, left to right. So at the top left, you'll see there's that person with the plus sign. This is where you can invite friends, find contacts, attach to your Facebook, everything like that. Obviously, again, up in the upper right, there's still the search QR and the search function for usernames. In the middle, you will see my name. There's a drop down. You can always add an account just like Instagram. You can have a professional one, business, personal, etc., etc. And over to the right is settings and profiles, which we'll come back to in just a moment. Underneath, you will see the picture, your user picture. If you click that, you can share your profile or you can change your picture by hitting that little draw button. Underneath it is your username. When you click that, it does copy your username so that you can share it. Underneath that is your followers and everything. Starting at the left, that is how many followers that's how many you are following. Obviously, I was on this app for a while and I like a lot of people's stuff. Next to it is the number of followers that you have. These are the people that have followed your profile. And then to the right is how many likes you have combined. So if you were to add all the likes that you have in all your videos, that is where you will see the number of likes that you have. Underneath it, you will see there is edit profile. If you click that, you can change your photo or you can actually change your profile to a video. There's your name, your information. You can change your profile, your bio, your username, anything like that. You can also attach your Instagram and your YouTube. Next to it, you'll see that I have my Instagram attached. When I do it, it takes me straight here. And then next to that is the saved. So this is all the saved videos that I have. Next to it is the saved hashtags. Next to that is saved sounds. This is going to be very helpful. We'll come back to this. Effects, again, also very helpful. And we will come back to this as well. Underneath, you'll see my bio, and I am just a weirdo standing here staring at all the other weirdos. All right, so we're going to go back to privacy and settings. We're going to hit these three dots right here. And as you can see, here are all your privacies and your settings. Manage my account. This is where it has your information on this page. TikTok code. If you click that, remember that QR code? This is where you can find it if you want someone to scan it or if you want to save it and put it somewhere on your social media. Phone number, email, password, all of that good info. Privacy and safety. Now, a lot of times when you go on, you will see that there might be different options on a person's video when you hit the share button, which we will go over in a little bit. This is where you control that. So down here, you can have your account private, so only your friends can see it. You can approve what everyone likes to do. If you have a lockdown profile, this is where you're going to do it. Suggest your account to others. This is where if people are liking content similar to yours, they could say, hey, you may like this person. I like to keep it on because I want people to like my stuff. Personalization and data. This is where you can have personalized ads, download your data, get a copy of TikTok data, everything like that. You guys can click through and read that yourself. I'm not going to go over every little detail like that. But this is the main part I wanted to hit. So there is safety. Allow your videos to be downloaded. Pretty self-explanatory. You can have it so that your videos can be downloaded by anyone who views your app, or you can turn it off. I am okay with having it on, mainly because I like to download my videos later. Send you direct messages. So this is where, as I said earlier, typically only your friends can send you direct messages. This is a feature that you can change. You can have it be sent to everyone or just friends. Now, I personally don't want people crawling into my DMs, which is why I allow just my friends to message me. But you can always turn them on to anybody who can stitch or duet your videos. So there's an option, again, we'll go over what you can do with it, where you can duet or do things with people's videos. This is where it allows you. Same thing with React. People who can view your liked videos. So every time you like a video, it saves it. And I'll show you that in just a minute. You can let people see what you like. I personally don't, because sometimes I like some weird things. And I'm like, I don't need everyone to know that I liked that super weird video. But also, I like a lot. And I just don't feel like people should be going through. That's a black hole nobody needs. Who can comment on your videos? You can limit it to just friends, no one, or everyone. I'm open for everyone to comment at this time. The good thing is you can always go and change these privacies on each video if you need to. Comment filters. This is where you can, it will filter spam and offensive comments. And you can also filter keywords where you can add them, where like if you want to make sure no one's fat shaming you or being racist or doing any type of bigotry, you can put those on. For now, the filter spam and offensive comments does pretty good on its own. It might pop up once and then it goes away for me. And then obviously anyone that you would like to block or anyone that you have blocked, there it is. I've had the fortune of not needing to block anybody. The rest of this is a lot. We aren't going to go through every little thing. You can kind of click through and see what you want to do. Balances if you decide to put money on. Share your profile. Analytics is another thing that we're not going to go over right now, but this is kind of just tracking. You do have to sign up for this, but it can kind of tell you where all this little analytic profile. I'm not going to go over every little detail because that's not the point of this right now. Push notifications. This is if you don't want to get text messages or if you don't want to get a notification for every little thing. This is where you control it. And again, a lot of this is stuff that you would just need to kind of go through and read on your own. Those were just kind of the main things I wanted to touch base about settings and privacy. All right, guys, so we're going to work on these 3 buttons next. The first one is your videos. These are all the videos that you make and have uploaded. So these are the ones that anyone can see and whatnot. Also, part of that is drafts. So these are any videos that you have made that you haven't posted yet. You can click in and add a caption and still save it and everything like that, which we'll go into that in a little bit, but this is where they are kept. All right, next button is likes. Remember how I said that nobody can see them? Yeah, because there's a lot, and there's some weird ones out here, and we're not going into that black hole. The last one are for your eyes only, so to speak. So these are ones that you have uploaded that you don't want other people to see. Now, there is a trick with this, with creating your own sounds. I will show you how to do that later. All right, guys, so that was the Me page and going over most of the bottom bar. So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to go back to the home page and we're going to go over all of these buttons right here and kind of everything like that in a little bit more detail, okay? So starting right here, this is the user icon. So this is the person that you are following. Remember that picture I said you could do up earlier? Yeah, so this is their icon. If you click it, it brings you to their page. You can have all my page there. You can also click right here, their username, and it'll bring you to this page as well. You'll notice that there's a red plus sign. So what this means is that if you click that, you can follow them. So you'll notice on the following page that plus sign will never be there, obviously, because you followed them all, right? So also if they're live, it will be pink and say live. So if you want to go to their page and not go into their live, you will have to click their username right there. Underneath that is the heart. So if you click that, it will like their video. This again adds their algorithm. Now, let's say you didn't mean to like it. You can click it again and it will unheart it. Now, I am going to tell you there are like traps. So what used to happen, it doesn't happen on my stuff anymore because I broke the algorithm of it because I hated it, is you'll have people go, hey, I got a new blue heart. I paid a lot of money to TikTok to get this blue heart or purple heart or whatever color heart. Double click and you can get it. Well, let's see what happens when you double click. It just turns red. It's just a trap, guys. It's just a way for you to like them. And that really pissed me off. So I just unhearted everything and I blocked all their videos. The other thing is that you might see people do is they will put up a very 1 second screenshot, and that they're trying to get you to do is to pause their videos, like pause and unpause, pause and unpause. And sometimes they'll make you double click their video. Well, let me tell you a way around that. When you go to your video settings, we'll talk about it. Duet their video and then do it on 3x. So that way it slows it down super bad. And then you can pause it then and read their screenshots. Screw those like traps. Anyway, we'll talk about more of that later. I'm going to leave it liked because this was a really cute video. Underneath that is the comments. So if you click that, you will see that there are people commenting on this video. So this shows you all the comments. This is where you can leave a comment right here. Right here, you can add somebody, so you can add a friend, or you can do different emojis. These are kind of weird, I'm not going to lie. You can even reply to people if you click their comment, and it will pull up and reply to them. On the right, you will see that there are hearts. These are ways to like people's comments. You'll also notice that the creator can respond to people or like certain comments, and then you can actually see different people's comments and the replies back to them. So that is comments. Next, underneath that, you will see this blue circle. It's not always that. I'm going to tell you right now, it does change shapes. Sometimes it's that. Sometimes it is the messenger button or the SMS. It just kind of depends. It can also be an arrow. So just know that it's always going to be under that comment. When you click it, you are going to see there's a lot of different options. You can send it directly to your friends. Underneath, you can share in different capacities. You can copy a link. You can send text messages, Facebook, Messenger, message, which is just sending a message to your friends on the TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, stories, etc., etc. A lot of different options, right? And underneath, remember how I said during privacy and settings, you can turn off different buttons and people might have different options? This is where you're controlling it. So this is where you can control if people want to save your video, duet it, stitch it, react it, everything like that. So, save video is going to allow you to save the video to your phone. Duet it is where if you click that, it's processing. You're on Wi-Fi. You should be a lot faster than this. What the heck? We might need to come back to this. All right, we're going to let that process. So that finally finished processing. All right, so this is where you can do it. You can see me. And we're going to go over this, what all of these features are. But this would be where you could be like, oh, I'm going to do something, interact with them and interact back, blah, 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 blah. This is where you can do it. All right, so as you can see, it did turn back into the arrow. We're going to click back into that. Stitch. So this is where you can trim a video, record your ending, share your creations. You can actually kind of put yourself in the video, do a lot of things with it. This is something that I am not going to go over right now because it's a lot more detail. I'm just kind of showing you where it is. Feel free to play around with it. or I will be coming out with another video that goes into more detail about it, okay? I'm going to hit try it, and we're going to go back. The button. React. React's kind of fun. React is where you're going to have the video up here, and you're going to be able to, respond to people. So this is a really fun one there. I've done this to a lot of friends where I will make them watch the video and record their actions. And usually it's a funny thing. And you can move this around so you can decide where you would like that to be within a certain frame. I'm going to tell you right now, you want to see that video, you don't put it here and you don't put it here because no one will be able to freaking see it. Kind of probably want to do it here or here or something like that. Go back in. Add to favorites. So remember how I said earlier on my me page, you have your favorite videos. That's where you would add it. Live photo. This is a whole different application. We're not going to install that right now. And then shares GIF. So you'll see these. If you ever see a GIF online from a video, wondering how they do it, TikTok allows you to actually do it. So it's just the video without any sound. This would be a great one for it because you don't need sound. You don't need the sound to do it. The text and the video itself is all you need. So this would be a great one to do. And obviously not interested is where it's going to remove that video from your algorithm to say that you don't like videos like that. And the report is when you want to say there's something wrong with this video. All right. So next, it's paused right now. You're going to see underneath their username right here, you're going to see what they put as the whatever it is. Basically, whatever you want to use to describe the video, plus any hashtags you may have. And then right here, you're going to see this. It's going to spin now that I press play. This is the sound. The name of it's right there, and then the spinning circle. You click that, and this are all the videos for this song. So if you hit play, that will play the song for you. Right here, this icon, this will allow you to share. So you can send the sound to people. Add to favorites. This is where you can add it. You're like, I want to come back and record it later. Or right here, you can see anybody using this sound that you can see the videos they've done. Great to get some ideas. These ones are kind of funny. These take a million years to create, and props to people that have this patience, because I sure don't. The other thing is if you wanted to be like, I want to make a video right now using this sound, you can hit this thing right here. Bam, right into the record screen. Hi. Yeah, so that is one way that you can get to it. All right, so that's the main part. There's one other feature I want to show you, but I got to find another video to do it. So give me just a moment. All right, so that took a long time for me to find a effect that was appropriate with a video that was appropriate. So, as you can see right here, there is this little wand with a name next to it. This is called Face Zoom. So if you watch this video, you'll see that when she clips over to the second part and she walks in and it zooms in on her face, this is an effect that you can do. Now, let's say you saw that, you go, that's really cool. I want to do that effect. You're going to click it. And just like on the sound page, you can see the name of it. There is added to favorites. You can share it. These are all the different people using the video. And at the bottom, you can use this effect. And my favorite thing to do is just add it to favorites, because I'm like, I can always go to it, because to me, I like to have the sound first. So, but that is where you can do that. One other thing you'll kind of notice if you kind of scroll through, like right here, you'll see that there's a blue check mark by the name. Ignore what's happening on this video. This means that they're a verified account. Usually, again, famous people, just like verified Instagrams or verified Twitter. All right. So that is the generic usage of this app. What we're going to do now is we're going to go back to that plus button, pardon me, and we're going to talk about making a video. All right, guys. Remember that button I talked to you about that said we'll come back to later? It is time. We're going back to it now. Yep, this button right here. So when you click it, hi, this is the record screen.
So this is where you would go to record your videos, your TikToks. Now, we're going to talk about the different ways that you can get sounds. And I am looking at notes, so bear with me. This is the only unprofessional part. So step one is deciding on your sound. Now, you've got a couple different ways. You've got two different sounds that you can use. Either your sounds or sounds that you found on the app. We're going to start off with your sounds. And we're also going to start with a live sound. So this would be considered a live sound. This would be if I press the record button right now and I started talking, this would be live. This would be a sound that I created. This is my voice, blah, 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 blah. Pretty self-explanatory, right? The other sound that you can do is kind of a trick move. So let's say you have a video clip on YouTube that you want to lip sync to, or a song that you want to do a TikTok to. There's a neat little trick that you can do. You get a screen record app, you record it, you save it to your private stories. Remember we talked about that earlier? And then you have your own sound. And that leads us into those sound bits I was talking about, which most of the time would be other people's sound, but they can't be yours. So that you're going to find by clicking this icon. Remember that? Yeah. You're going to click that, or you're going to click this here. You click that. And remember that Discover page? This is just another part of it. This is where it has different sounds that you can use. And then remember those favorites I said you can always add? Well, here you go. Here are some sounds that you can pull from. All right, now we've picked out our sound. So the first thing you're going to decide is sometimes the sounds are a minute long, sometimes they're shorter. Personally, I always like to set my timer, which you'll see right here, to 60 seconds. This allows me to record the maximum amount of time, whether the sound is 5 seconds long or the full minute. But there have been many cases where I've accidentally only recorded 15 seconds and I had to start all over. So just a force of habit, I always click to 60 seconds. So just like we did on the other pages, we're going to work our way top to bottom, right to left, left to right. You know what I'm talking about. So we're going to start up at the top. So the very first button, flip. I'm going to apologize for whatever you see. When you click that, pretty self-explanatory. Flips the camera around, right? The second part is speed. So you'll notice that down here in the bottom, you'll see I have a bar. This is different speed types. The button underneath controls whether you see that speed bar. Turn it off, it's going to record at normal speed, just like you're talking, just like real life. You turn it on, and you're going to be able to control your speed. So, point 3 is where it will speed up the sound so that your movements are as slow as possible. Super slow-mo. And then point 5, again, it speeds it up not quite as fast. 1 time is regular. 2x is where you're going to slow it down. And this is one that you're going to see used a lot on this app, where you're going to do it and the sound is going to be really slowed down. So you're going to be able to control your movements a lot better. And this is what's going to give you kind of that animated feel that you're going to see in a lot of the videos. And then 3x is going to slow it down even further. This one you'll see when people want to speed record makeup or speed record them doing things. Another neat thing that's kind of going on right now is the claymation trick, which I'm not really good at yet. But that's where you kind of move your fingers and your body kind of jerkily in a slow way, but you're doing it on 3x and you speed it up and it looks like claymation. I will link some things down below to show you one of my favorite people that does it. Excellent work. All right, moving on. It's about to get ugly, guys. It really is. So the next one is the beauty app, and don't judge me. I use it. So this is on. Everything's a little bit smoother. And this is off. Things aren't as smooth. We're going to turn it back on, okay? There we go. So that's beauty mode. Just turn it on. Kind of gives it like a smoother feel. Kind of like a filter. Things like that. Speaking of filters, the next one, this is your filters. So at the bottom, excuse me, you will see all the different filters. Now, personally, my favorite, which is a favorite for a lot of people, is this one. Just kind of a nice way of using it. But you can play around with all different ones. And they have ones like, oh, this is more landscapey. Ooh, that's attractive. Food, vibe, manage. So if you want to have ones on, have ones off, everything like that, you can decide. Personally, I'm going to go back to the one that I like. Hi, guys. So that is filters. And you can always play with it a little bit later, which I'll show you, but this is the way if you want to set it up here in this beginning part. So the next thing is flash. Now, you won't see it on here. I'm going to flip it, and suddenly flash exists down here at the bottom. I know I skipped a few, but we're coming back to them. So obviously, that only works in the back camera because that's where the flash is. It's why a lot of people use ring lights, and they don't, sometimes apps will let you turn on flash for the front facing camera. It just brightens the screen. This don't do that. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is this button, timer. So when you click it, you will see that this bar is moving down at the bottom, and there's a 3-second, 10-second timer. So this little red bar, you'll see it moving. All right, something you want to notice. See how that filter went over? It does that if you aren't careful. So when you do the timer, just be careful. What I do is instead of pulling it over, tap in the middle, and that will pull it over. Don't try to pull over because otherwise it ends up swiping the screen and it changes your filter. So what this is going to happen is, let's say you want to start your timer, but you have to get in position. You're going to move back. So you want to set the timer for 3 or 10 seconds because you don't have time to run back to your spot, to your mark. So that's where you're going to change over here. There's 10. There's 3. 3 is typically what I use when I'm standing right here because I can hit it and get back. And then what you're going to do is you're going to set it. So I know I don't have the sound on, which I'll show you a little bit what I'm going to do. It cuts out my screen record sound, so I can't do both. But you're going to set the timer for whatever you want to do, and it's going to give you 3-second countdown, and then it's going to record to those 3.1 seconds. That way you can have clips. So if there's parts of the song where you want to do specific things, or you're doing a back and forth skit, that will give you time to have that and then like flip positions, or if you want to change wigs, which there's another way to edit, which I'll show you guys. We'll talk very, very, very briefly about, on how you can edit pieces in. This is where you're going to do it at. All right, guys. So the next thing I want to talk about is trim. So as you can see, it's grayed out. Click it, nothing happens. That's because the sound I have right now is only 15 seconds. So we need a longer sound. So we're going to click that. And I'm just going to click one that is longer. Doesn't matter which one. Now, you'll notice that it's set at 15 seconds and the song is 49. That means you can trim the song to start wherever you want. And it'll give you 15 seconds to start. So sometimes you'll get sounds that are official sounds and you want to record to a certain spot, or you want to record certain parts. This is how you do it. Then you hit the check mark, and that's where it's going to start. All right. So the only thing that we're going to talk about before we move on to the effects and uploads and all that other stuff is down there you'll see that there's something called templates. When you click that, you're going to see that you can put photos on, and you could do a little video from photos. And there you go. So you can select photos. This tells you can do up to 4. This is up to 5, up to 4, 2 to 5, where it morphs. This is kind of a neat trend where you'll see people kind of like morph into things. Oops. Got lost there for a second. All right. So that is those generic ones right there. Bottom bar, everything like that. I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't know what that big red button is for, we got some issues. But I am going to tell you. So we'll come back to showing you some other tricks that has to do with that in just a minute though. So over here, you'll see this. This is effects. We talked a little bit about earlier. Well, hi there. Look at those pretty flowers. So these are effects that you can use for your videos. There's all different types. Like this is disco. This is following the head. This is going to have glasses with text on it. Ooh, that's not attractive. We're just going to skip right on by. This one is a tap. Whoa. I feel sick. Wow. Alrighty then. So lots of different options, obviously, that you can do. Some of them are interactive like that. Some of them are even interactive with the customers. You can tell I've been doing this way too long. With friends that are watching videos or whatnot, or anything like that. So these are ones that people can interact with. You can talk in here. This is a fun one. I'm going to save this. I like this one. So right here, you see this button? Yeah, you're going to tap that. See how it's red now? I've saved it. And then, of course, trending. And then your saved ones are going to be those ones there. So, woo. Some of these I use. I love this. This is honestly like my favorite filter. Like, I think I'm going to do this in real life one day because I'm just so obsessed with it. So these are your filters. These are the ones that you're going to be able to put on. You have to put these on before you record any segments. You're not going to be able to add any of this later. Just a heads up. Now, upload, if you had pre-recorded videos, like sometimes my live videos or live sounds that I do in Snapchat because I like some of the filters in there. So if I'm doing like customer ones or whatnot, I'll record there, stitch it together, and then I'll upload by clicking there. And you'll see that there's a lot of videos and pictures, and I was recording my intro and outro earlier. So that's what that is. Also, if you are going to do green screen, this is not where you upload your stuff for green screen. That is where you click the effect. And here is green screen video. Let's see. We're going to do something very short. So this is me. So obviously I'm going to pick this one. And there it is. See how it let me pick that? You're not picking it from upload. But then you have the green screen of a video going on. You can talk. This is the same if you were doing a picture. So I've done a picture one where I did catfish, where I did this. And it goes, I just took this picture on Snapchat. That's not me. Catfish, me, yeah. Yeah, anyway, I've got another thing. Go watch it. So I'm going to stop that. To stop it, you're going to hit this button. Bam. Back to normal, right? All right. So that is effects. Now, there's still stuff to do on this page. I know it's a lot. Bear with me. So we're going to record some segments. Now I'm going to tell you, this usually cuts out my sound. So I'm going to, if you see my mouth moving and no sound come out, don't worry about it. I'll come back and I'll explain what I just did afterwards. What is in there? Oh, that's not cute. That's not cute. Fix yourself, wig. Here we go. All right, guys, so it doesn't work. So I'm actually going to use a TikTok feature called voiceover. Talk about this next bit. So let's say you did your recording and these are your recordings up ahead. The white parts are the end of each segment. Each blue segment is each thing that you started and stopped. Let's say you didn't like a part and you wanted to delete one. So you're going to hit this button. And there's it is. You're going to delete the last clip. And away it goes. Now you only have two. Let's say you're pretty happy with this and you want to keep it. So you're going to hit this button. And it moves on to your recorded stuff. All right, guys. So once you hit that red check mark saying you're happy with what you recorded, you're going to go on to your editing page. So a little disclosure. I will mention a few buttons that we won't be getting into detail about. That honestly will have to be another video. I could make a whole nother hour-long segment on just editing alone. If I have enough time before my panel's over, I might talk a little bit about it, but no promises. I kind of had planned on this being an hour. So we're going to move ahead. So we're going to start again from the top to the bottom, left to right. So that arrow right there, yeah. Let's say you decided you wanted to add more. Hi. This is where you can record it. All right, but you know what? I'm pretty happy with this video. What do you guys think? I'm pretty happy with it. So we're going to stick with it. All right. So over to the right, you will see some more options. The first one you should recognize. You click that, it's filters. Same as you had before. We're going to add the same filter I have on now again. Whoa, that's a lot. I don't want that. We're going to put it back on normal. Now, the next thing is adjust clips. This one right here. So let's say you wanted to replace your middle clip. So you would click the middle one, just like I did. You would hit start over. And it would allow you to record. So like I said, this would allow you to re-record everything, but I'm kind of happy with it. So I'm actually just going to hit the X. And it brings me back to there. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to stick with it. And I'm going to go back. Now, you can hit trash, delete it, and it will scoot your second clip back forward. So you only have the 2 clips. You can hit check mark if you like the change, whatever. I'm keeping it as it is. And you can hit save or cancel. I'm hitting cancel. We're going to discard the edits. Because, again, I like what it's at. Voice effects you're not going to be able to hear really well right now. But if you were to click that, that would be where you hear people kind of talk in like the kind of voice you'll hear in the TikTok sometimes. That's where you find it at. Now, voiceover you saw me do earlier. That is where you record things and you can go back and remove the sound that's there or keep the sound depending on what's going on and put your voice over. Her Atlas kind of made this really big. She's living in Japan and she does segments called Random Things in My Japanese House That Just Make Sense. And she records different features in her Japanese home and voiceovers and talks about it. And of course, people took off with it and talked about like random things in my shitty New York apartment that just don't make sense. Oh, I don't think I'm allowed to swear. All right, I get one. Okay, moving on. So the next thing is the bottom bar. So let's say we wanted to add a sound. This is where you would do it. So you could go through and you could pick whatever sounds. And again, you can search just like you did before. And you can add some sounds. We're going to leave it as is. Volume allows you to decide if you want your added sounds going to be up, your original sound. You can play with that a little bit, right? All right. The next thing is effects. Now this is kind of fun. So this is where you could decide if you want to add some special filter effects. So let's say, oh, that does nothing right there. Oh, that was hearts were popping up. Oh, little hearts. We're going to put some rainbow whenever it decides to pop up. So you'll notice how there's all these bars right there. Yeah. So want to know something fun? Every time you click one of those, it sets that filter. Now, let's say you want that filter for more than a second. Press and hold. See how that whole blue bar is there? But you're like, you know what? I didn't mean to do that. We're going to delete, 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 delete. So just be careful scrolling. Because if you accidentally like do that, oh, it did it. So just be kind of careful. The next thing you're going to do, and you can do that. Like you can drag to any part of the video and decide, I want neon right here. And then you hit play, drag this bar, you hit play, and you can watch your part. Boom! There's some filters. The next thing is effects. Now, only one effect can be applied. This is going to be applied. Come on, see? All right, so this is going to be applied to the whole video. You don't really get to edit it. I think you can pull the bar. I have my thing in there. We're going to try pulling this. Yeah, so you can move it. So if you're like, oh, I just want this part done, that's fine. But you can't add another one. It's going to be the whole thing. You can play with this bar a little bit. This, I'm going to tell you right now, you want to do this for a part, there is a feature, there is a effect that you can use. A lot of these are actually effects that you can find
in the beginning when I was talking about the effects, but these are if you want to add them afterwards. Oh Lord, we're going to skip that. That's a fun one. So we're going to, once you click it again, it takes it off. The next thing is, whoops, sorry, I'm trying to put my phone back in there. The next thing we're going to do is transition. So you're going to do, let's say there is a transition between, like, let's see, when do I transition? Right here. It's hard to tell because I kind of have the same spot, but the eyes give it away. So let's say I want to turn off the TV right there. It puts that filter in. Now, a lot of these are specific segments, so you can't decide how long you want it to be. TV off. You can delete it. And if you want to put TV on right here, and that's what it looks like. So you can kind of play around with these. TV on. To see what you like. It's like there's horizon, there's scroll. And these ones you can do as often as you like. All right, play with those. The next thing is split. So this is if you want to split your video. Split into 2. Split into 3. All right, such a great place to freeze on. So you'll notice earlier there on the effects one that you can only allow 1 on. There was a 3 screen as well. That one was different because the top and bottom screen went in opposite directions of the middle screen. So they mirror the middle screen. So it's kind of cool because it has kind of this back and forth. I actually have a video on my page if you guys want to check it out that shows that effect. It's kind of a cool thing to do because if you duet with somebody, you can kind of play with them back and forth. Anyway, it's kind of fun. Check it out. So this is the split where you can split it into different screens, blah, blah, blah. We're just going to delete all those. And again, just like the other one, this allows you to do multiple ones and you have to press and hold where you want it. Sorry, Lauren, we're getting rid of you for a bit. All right. Time. So this is where you can decide if you want to reverse the video. Sorry, I had to stop recording. My one of my cats was being a pain in the butt. All right, so this is, if you press play, it's going to repeat and repeat and repeat. And the next part is slow-mo. So it's going to slow it down. Now, these are, you can only pick 1, all right, or none. So just like the effects. All right, so let's say we're going to cancel those effects. So the next 2 things we're going to move on to real quick is text. So this, hello, is where you have text. You can choose different types, right? Some of them will allow you to have background. Neon is not one. And then you could decide if you wanted left, right, center, blue, blue see-through, blue text, blue box. Blue box, blue see-through, blue text. Neon only allows you to do this, and it changes kind of the things. Ooh, I like that green. It goes with my makeup. So, we have hello, right? Well, I don't want it there. I want it here. No, wait. I want it here. No, wait. I want it like that. So what I did is I used my fingers to pinch and pull, just like you do when zooming in and out of things, moving it around. But you know what? I don't want it the whole time. So we're going to tap it. You don't need to edit it. That's going to go back into if you need to fix spelling, fix colors, blah, blah, blah. We're going to set duration. I don't want it the whole time. I want it to start here. And I want it to end here. So, work with me, you bar. It doesn't like me. I always fight with this bar. It doesn't like me. All right, there we go. And hello. Goodbye. There it is. We're going to hit plus. And when you see it playing, now the fun thing is if you put text on it, you're like, oh, I need to fix that. Oh my gosh, it's gone. Just wait for your video wrap around and eventually it will pop back up and bam, tap it real quick. And when you have it tapped, as long as that's up, you can work on it. Once it goes away, you have to wait for it to swing back around. But now we're going to add a sticker. So there are all these stickers that you can do. Some of these are preloaded, whatnot. There are emojis. You can also search for GIFs. There's little GIFs on here. Let's do it. See, that one's not on there. All right. So it's not like regular GIFs, like ones that are going to pop up on your Facebook, whatever. But if you do, just type in crazy. There it is. So there are like little people ones you can find. Let's do, she's going to dance with me. Dance party. Dance party. Just like the words, you can do it. Those blue lines are popping up are guidelines where they want to match or whatnot. And just like your text, you can pin it. So you can pin that. So watch, it's pinning. I stop these videos on the best places. So you can pin it to whatever's there. Pretty cool, huh? Mine was probably not the best example, but there you are. We're going to tap it. We're going to pin. We're going to unpin it. Come on. All right. Come on back around. Set duration. So this will allow you, just like hello, to set the duration. I think I said unpinning, but really I think it was just kind of setting the sensitivity to it. All right. So we have my video. I'm super happy with it. Isn't this amazing, guys? I think it turned out gorgeous. So we're going to hit next. And this is your final page. So this is where you get to decide if you want to post it or you want to save it for later. So down at the bottom, we're going to kind of work our ways backwards this time. You'll notice that there's drafts versus post. Drafts is going to save it and put it into your draft page. I'm going to tell you, you delete the app, you get a new phone, those drafts can go. So just be careful. It's a warning. I'll show you that little warning when you go into the drafts. Post is obviously going to set it up. You're going to post it. It's pretty obvious. Down at the bottom, you can share posted videos to SMS, Instagram story, or Snapchat. Now, I am going to tell you, it does not shrink it. It just cuts it when it sends it to Instagram. Something to be aware of. So if you have text at the bottom or your face is taking up the whole thing, think of it like when you're posting a picture on Instagram, you know how you have like the cutoff and the square? Yeah, that's what's going to happen to your video, and it's not going to give you a lot of leeway. Just a heads up. All right. Now, the other options this one first. Who can view this video? So right now it's set to public. But remember how earlier I said if you wanted to make a sound of your own, like you talking or a video of YouTube or something like that. So this would be what you would do is you would set it to private. This is what I did earlier for my voiceover. I recorded a voiceover, I saved it to private, and I downloaded it and I put it in my panel. So you can record, panel, and then you can always click that video, and then there will be your face spinning right round. And you can pick that sound and record videos from it. It's kind of cool.
Also, if you just kind of are like doing stuff temporarily, whatever, that's where you're going to do it. Friends. Friends are, as it says, followers that follow you back. So these are only the people that you follow and they follow you. And then public. Public is anybody and everybody. Allow comments. This is where you can allow comments on your videos. You can always go and change this later. Allow stitch, duet, and react. Again, remember those settings we had earlier? You can change them here. You can change them on your settings that people don't allow. Save to device. You'll notice mine is off. Here's why. I had some issues down when I was uploading videos because I wanted to save them. And I would have save to device on. And it was screwing up the sound. Like it was making my sync off. And I said, screw it. I will upload it. And if it works, I'll just download it if I like it. So that's why mine is off all the time. But it's up to you. My video phone just could be terrible. All right, moving on up. Hashtags. Pretty straightforward. Hashtags, just like normal. They're going to tell you the numbers on the side is how many people have used it. Thumbs up, fire, it's trending, everything like that. Friends. This is where you can tag not just friends, but people you follow. So if you follow them, you can tag them, and you'll see to the right, it doesn't have that little symbol. Yeah, that one right there. That means that those are my friends. So those are people I know that follow me. And actually underneath here, you can see recent and you can see friends. Hi, friends. All right. The next thing is select cover. This is, you want to pick the cover. So when you're on a page, someone's page or your page, you'll see that the video will have a short movement. This is the cover. I like that one. All right. And then you can always watch the video from here. See if you like it before you make any changes. Hitting this back arrow, of course, is going to send you back to the edit page. And this is where you can put your description. So you're all done, right? This is great. This is fantastic. I'm going to set this as private so no one can see this. I'm going to hit post. There it goes. I'm going to turn this down. Y'all don't need to hear that sound. Although he's hilarious. If you don't like Karens, oh man, is he the man for you. All right, it's uploaded. Go back to my page and there it is. See, there's my little video I was talking about. I make the cutest faces. All right, so my videos are right here, just as I said. Go here. Last time I talked about drafts real quick. Just here, drafts from Invisible You, uninstalling TikTok will delete all drafts. So don't uninstall it. Don't restart your phone. Don't get a new phone. That will lose all of them. All right, guys, that was my panel. I hope you guys had as much fun watching as I did making it. As you can probably tell, this panel was pre-recorded, so hopefully you filled the comment sections with a lot of great tips and questions. If you do have any more, please continue to fill it so that people can continue to interact throughout the day. Definitely go check out the other panels that we have going on. We have some great content from some amazing creators. Don't forget to catch my other panel later tonight, What Girls Do After Dark. Join me, my other CKC girls, Mouzycat and YomuChan. Later, Gators!
So what do you guys think if I did my whole panel like this?
And with that being said, welcome to my panel. What the hell's a tic-tac? Tic-tac? Tic-tac.
I don't know what to say. I just really like this one. I want to talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk.
All right, guys, and that's my panel. I hope you guys had much fun watching. In case you guys couldn't tell, this panel was pre-recorded. So hopefully you guys put a lot of great questions, comments, and tips in the comments below. In case you guys couldn't tell, this panel was pre-recorded. So hopefully you put a lot of great comments, questions, and tips in the comments below, If you want to see my second panel, it's later tonight. What Girls Do After Dark. Come join me and the other ones in the... I quit.